Hi guys, here's a video of a Range Rover coming for a respray. It's weathered out. The actual paintwork looks really badly faded. Normally happens because of either too much cold jet wash or the actual sun. It looks like it's got a sunburn, but commonly it's because people use bad polish like Color Magic and everything, and the powdery stuff is that. And just to prove it, we've done one of the doors which is polished out nice, and if you have a look at the quality on this now, compare it to that, it's two different things. Right, so this is what's not been polished, and that's what's been polished. It's been polished with the actual cutting compound, so we haven't really put normal polish on there yet. Right, but the difference is right in front of you. You can have a look at the state of the mop. Right, all the red stuff is mostly the cheap polishes that people use. Right, well, as I said, the door's been actually done, but the door backwards, if you look at the car, it is bad basically. But it's not that it can't come back to normal again. This looks better than normal at the moment. Same with the rest of it. The rest is cosmetic. It's a little bump on the fiberglass bumper at the top, which needs to get repaired. Gotta build that corner back up again. It's part of a kit which the chap can't get hold of at the moment. Right, so we're gonna do a quick repair job on that afterwards, and maybe repair the wing as well at the same time. A bit of painting on the wing. But even if we were to paint something like this, we would still need to run some compound on there in case you are actually blending it into something. It'll just turn pink, the lacquer will. Right, so I'll see you in the next clip hopefully. I might make it another clip just with the kid actually doing some polishing on there. So see you shortly. Alright guys, here's my little lad doing the actual polishing on the rest of the door. Using a bit of cutting compound. Now as you could see the difference straight away in there. This is what he's actually using at the moment. It's a G3, basically advanced liquid compound. This is good for cutting paintworks. You can use them for other stuff as well. After it's been cut, it's just going to get polished up properly. So hopefully I'll see you in the next shot when most of this is done. Make another clip there basically of the rest of the stuff that we're doing on there. Right guys, this is all been done kind of thing. It's just been cutted, it's not been polished or anything. Right, so just showing you what a bit of cutting compound can actually do. Right, it's still got little bits and bobs obviously, which you can either touch up, right, or you know, like small little chips here and there, right. But as I said, it doesn't require like painting if you guys know what I mean, right. And also, I mean, if you look at the difference between this door and this mirror, there's a big difference. And as I said, this, whoever's obviously had this car, they must have used some silly color magic and made a mess out of it, because that contains a bit of powdery stuff, which, well, coloring is mixed up with a bit of powdery stuff, which actually gets like that, and that's why it ends up turning white like this as well. A lot of the time it is the sunburn as well, or if you have kept the car parked for a while, you'll have the same problem. But as I said, this, my kid, for a 15-year-old, he's obviously just done a quick mop job basically, right, and I don't think it's bad at all. The wing obviously needs painting, it's gonna get blended into the door, right, but we're gonna do that all obviously in a separate video. This video is only about a bit of cutting and polishing, and how you can actually get the originality out, right. A lot of the times you can use very fine abrasive pads like 3000, right, and go over it with either 6000, right, and just give it a mop again with some cutting compound. I'm not using any big special polish, I'm using what I'm normally used to, and to be honest with you, G3 works well for me. This is the actual cutting compound. As I said, guys, I'm not advertising this for anybody. This is just basically, I'm showing you what I actually use. This G3, and then over the G3 I normally go with the premium G3, which works well for me, and this normally contains the actual cutting compound and a bit of finishing both as well, so it's got a mixture of polish in it as well. But after using this, I would still use, I mean, I haven't used this on that yet, right, because I still gotta do the roof, which is in the same condition, right, and same with the other side. But yeah, after using this, you can actually use any good polish. Resin polish is good, auto glim, anything basically, as long as it doesn't contain any coloring in there, right, and your mop ends up going like that. I mean, I tried washing this off, this is the state of it, right. You know, you can't use this on another job now. All you'd be doing is just putting more of the stuff in there basically, the coloring, right. But yeah, I'm gonna make a separate video obviously of painting this, but as I said, this video was only to do with how you can get the actual dead finish on paintwork, like sunburns and faded marks, right, you know, like faded paintwork out basically, right, to a good finish basically, still without spending a fortune in body shops and everything. I'm sure this will help a lot of DIY guys, rather than, I mean, I've used a bit of 3M stuff, no offense to anybody, right, but to be honest with you, I didn't really like it, because the cutting compound was quite like too much of a pasty type, right. It does work well on some jobs, right, but for me this needed something a bit more coarse, which G3 was pretty good basically to use, and obviously the results are in front of you, right. As I said, if you look at the rest of the car at the top, it's still a mess, it still needs going over with, right, but I've got to give obviously this a quick wash before I start doing the rest of it. This was just a quick video because my kid had some time off. He said, look, you know, I can just help give you a hand in the garage for a bit, right. So he spent probably about an hour on this, right, hour and a half, right? And as I said, I still gotta go over it with the premium G3 and maybe some polish over it, right? But the polish part is gonna be right at the end after obviously the paintwork's done and everything, right? But as I said, even if you are doing the paintwork, it's advisable to actually use some sort of cutting compound in case somebody's done something like this underneath, and the color when you blend it in doesn't start looking different. But that's about it for the day. I hope you enjoyed the video, and any thumbs up, thumbs down are welcome, as I said. But anybody who is putting thumbs down, it'll be good if you guys can actually mention what you didn't like in the video, or even put some comments in there, right? So it helps us basically do things better, right? As I say, everybody's learning still. I'm 50 years of age, right? And most of my life is being in body repairs and molding and kits and stuff like that, right? So these are just tips for a lot of the DIY guys, basically, as I said, who want to do some bits and bobs, but at the same time, if they can get around things doing something decent, some of the scratches, as I said, you can cut them out as well, right? So do throw some comments in. If there is a thumb down, it'll help me basically, right, understand. I know there's a lot of haters on there, which, to be honest with you, there's nothing anybody can do about, right? But as I said, everything I do, right, is all hard work at the end of the day, right? As I said, any thumb ups, thumb downs, they all appreciated. Any feedback is appreciated. And hopefully, as I said, any comments, they're welcome. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. God bless, right? See you till next time in the next video.